Hello, hello, and welcome back to day number 2 of the production challenge. My name's Ryan J. Just gotta say, so to open this up, I want to ask you, did you get up early? Did you drink your water? Like pound 20 ounces of water? Did you do some self-development, whether reading a book, podcast, meditating? Did you get your blood flowing this morning? Did you do some push-ups? Did you do some stretching? Did you do some yoga? Did you take a brisk walk? Did you prime yourself? Because that type of routine, morning routine, that type of routine is going to set you up so that you can start taking control of your day and not letting the day dictate you and react, and you being reactive to the day. So I just wanted to, and that's a recap of what we talked about yesterday in day 1. And day 1 was routine, mindset, discipline. I also asked you yesterday to show some discipline and, take it off the top shelf and dust it off and provide some discipline with me the next 3 days and allow me to help you, assist you to change your life in 3 days, because you're going to be a different person on the other side of this for sure. All right, so welcome back. September 11th on Friday, happy Friday. I hope you have a good weekend planned for yourself. Maybe kick back, relax, or maybe you dive deeper into yourself with this challenge and take it seriously. But, of course, allow yourself time with your friends and family. So today on the production challenge, here's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about time wasters, identifying time wasters in your life. That may be activities, it may be people, it may be distractions. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about journaling and scheduling your time and tracking it. Like if you can track it, then you can measure it. Then if you can track it and measure it, then you can go back and see what's not working and how to improve that, or keep what is working and expand on that. So keeping track of your time, your activities is important, because now you know what you've done and can adjust accordingly. Make sense? You're following me? Yes, Ryan J, we're following you. Cool. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Time wasters, journaling, and scheduling. I'm going to give you some homework. By the way, speaking of homework, how did yesterday's homework go? Did you take 10, 15, 20 minutes and evaluate yourself in your routine? Take a look at your discipline. Take a look at how you set yourself up for the day or week. Did you take a look at that? All right. So let's talk about time wasters. Yeah, let's just get right into the time wasters. Super excited because football season started yesterday. And if you can't tell, being from Minnesota that I am, Skol Vikes. Okay, time wasters. All right, keeping track of your time and knowing where your time goes is extremely, well, it's going to be good information for you to figure out, so you can identify where you're wasting time. whether that be unnecessary meetings, projects that don't necessarily coincide with your to-do list of what needs to be done, what has to be done, and how you could put off your mundane activities that you may think need to be done, but all they really are is a time waster to procrastinate on your to-do list. Okay? So I'm identifying that time wasters are something that you subconsciously take your time so that you don't have to do what's important and needs to be done. So with discipline, identifying those time wasters, keeping laser focused, almost with blinders on, being focused on your to-do list of need to get done and should get done, or your other to-do list, identifying those along the way, because we're here to produce more. There's no other reason why you'd be watching this if you do not want better in your life, better production, to be to achieve your hopes, dreams, and goals. And to do that, you need to be more productive or schedule your time accordingly. All right. I guess it really doesn't matter how much you sleep and how much you sleep. Like maybe you sleep 12 hours a day and that's what your body needs. Maybe you only sleep 5 hours a day. How much you sleep doesn't matter. What really matters is, what do you do when you're awake? Like when you're awake and up and at 'em. Are you focus driven and have a schedule that you adhere to? Or do you just kind of make it up as you go along? And if it gets done, it gets done. All right, you follow me? What your schedule is and how you dictate your time and what you're focusing your attention to is going to produce the results in your life that you're looking for. So, unnecessary chatter from co-workers. All right, or if it isn't purpose driven. Now that may seem kind of rude, like the water cooler talk. That doesn't mean that you hate the people. That just means you value your time and your goals just a little bit more than what the weather is like outside. Those sorts of meaningless, polite but meaningless, unnecessary chatter could be a time waster. Scrolling through your social media, unless social media is your job, like you're a content creator for a company that they're paying you to do research in social media to find out trends or content or what the competitors are doing, that type of research, unless it's that, social media can be a huge time waster. The next thing you know, you're wishing happy birthday to everybody on your friends list, and then you're learning on how to milk a badger and watching cat videos. So unless you reel it in and take that down about 80%, social media is a time waster. And plus, man, some of the information, like, you don't really need to pay attention to anyhow. So identifying, playing video games or watching unnecessary TV, binge watching a show. Yes, I love the Minnesota Vikings, but I don't know how much time and vested effort I'm going to put into this football season. Honestly, within the last couple of years, I've really taken it down quite a bit. I might even miss a game here or there. I can still be a fan. I can still be a fan. I'll tell you this, I haven't played fantasy football in 3 years, which is huge because I've been playing fantasy football for a long time. But it got to the point where my goals and what I want to achieve and the direction my life is going, where figuring out trades and draft picks and calculating scores and paying attention to every single game because I might have a kicker playing that day. That's a lot of time into just to raise my hand and say I got a first place trophy from my fantasy football league. Oh, by the way, I never ever have gotten first place in fantasy football. So whatever. But it's the time commitment towards a hobby or a project. Well, cool, have hobbies and projects if that makes you happy. Do it for sure. But on the other hand, if you have something you want to achieve and you're not achieving it, maybe there's some give and take. Okay, either ratchet down your goals, or on this end with the fantasy football, take that time and add it to this priority. Depends on what you want in your life. I'm not telling you what is right or what is wrong, but I'm giving you a blueprint of what to do if you have hopes, dreams, goals, and ambitions, and a difference you want to make in your life for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors, community. If you want that type of legacy, or you just want to be more productive, cool. But realize there are time wasters that you're going to have to nip in the bud and reel back in on. So figure those out. Figure that out. That's going to be part of your homework. That's a writer downer. You know, maybe tomorrow or maybe today, journal. What am I doing from after lunch, from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock? What did I do? From 2 to 3, what did I do? What did I produce? That gets us into the journaling and scheduling aspect. Okay? Scheduling your time. I'm a big time scheduler guy myself. I've always been punctual, but dialing in my scheduling, all that came from my corporate background experience, work experience. Of course, at a job, you have to show up on time. Matter of fact, showing up on time was late. So showing up 15 minutes early was actually on time. And that's a good practice to get into. Be 15 minutes early. All right, nothing wrong with that. So the punctuation in the corporate atmosphere, we had deadlines. There were always deadlines. Here's when it needs to be done. Here's the amount of time that you have to get said project done. So if it has to be done on this date, here's how long it takes. Yeah, you probably should be getting to work. Okay? That's how structured and rigid my corporate America was. My bosses and bosses and bosses put that on me. Then that was one of my jobs for 3 years was a corporate trainer. So I would travel around the United States and teach people how to adhere to the corporate standards. All right. And that was talking about, showing up on time. Here is your to-do list for the day. Here's how much time each project should take. So by my calculations, if this project is scheduled to take an hour and a half. I'm not going to add in too many more projects. I'm not going to add in 9 projects that take an hour and a half and expect the gentleman or the lady to get it done in an 8-hour shift. It's figuring out the balance of how much time a project takes, and here's the deadline, call it end of the workday or whatever. All right, so that's scheduling time. And it's super important. Now I use that type of mentality in my everyday life or in my work life, and actually my everyday life, because I will schedule time with friends, family, and social events. Just like I schedule my workflow for the day. I have my day chopped up into literally 3 different parts where each part is one work day. Because I'm running a business, 2 different companies, and a podcast, each one of those needs its own separate time frame block where I have scheduled my routine into those. So all projects get attention and get the focus that they need while allowing me more time. So I've really taken a close look at what has to be done, what needs to be done, and a daily to-do list of like just everyday household chores. Making dinner, doing laundry, cleaning the house. Yes, that takes time and it's scheduled in. Following me here? So I'm really never just winging it. But that works for me. All right, so coming up with your own schedule. Now, if you want, and I think I don't know if I've posted it in the announcements or in the files yet, but I have a template of my daily schedule. If you want, you can follow along. There's start times, there's projects, there's a gratitude list. Writing down 3 things I'm grateful for that day. Writing down 1 area where I can improve upon that day. There's a money reminder, like here's how much I have in the bank. Here's my goal. Because you always got to keep your eye on your money. That's in there. If it's not in the files, I will put that in the files so that you can see if it makes sense to you, and it's another benefit, more value for you. Part of the scheduling is at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, did you accomplish your goal? So every day should have a goal attached to it. Now, what is your daily money goal? Your daily money goal. Let's go with that. If you're a salesperson, then this will make sense to you. If you're an hourly employee that gets paid XYZ amount of dollars per hour, it might not make sense to you. So this is really a conversation driven towards salespersons. By the way, salesperson, best profession ever. Best profession ever. You get to dictate how much money you make or don't make depending on your performance. Take it. Okay, so what's your money goal every single day? Well, for ease of math, first off, do you have a job? Oh, yeah, you got a job? All right, fantastic. Now we can go somewhere with that. So for ease of math, let's set the daily goal for money at $1,000. All right. Well, now I don't know the product or service that you sell. you know, all right, how many of those do you have to sell per day to get to $1,000? All right, so let's say it's 5, $200 a piece. $200 a piece, maybe it's, who knows what you're selling for $200, but that's 5 of them. All right. You know, to get 5 sales, you have to talk to 20 and have 20 conversations about, hey, you want to buy my shit? You want to buy my shit? You know you need to talk to 20 people to get 5 sales. Okay? Well, to talk to 20 people, how many people do you have to prospect? What's your prospecting number? Is it 100? You prospect 100 people to get 20% to say, yeah, I'm interested in, what's your pitch? Pitch me, shoot your shot. 20 people out of that 100 say, yeah, sure, what do you got? And then out of that 25 say, yeah, that is what I want, and buy your stuff. So if it's 100 people, how much time does it take you to reach out to 100 people? And that's only you can figure that out. Now, me personally, in what I do, I can reach out to 100 people in less than 2 hours. And that's reaching out to 100 people. I can do that in 2 hours. And that's individually. That's text, phone calls, utilizing Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and LinkedIn. I can do that 100 people in 2 hours. So that's just an example of a goal, scheduling your time for 100 reach outs to make your $1,000 in that day, if that is your money goal. Making sense? So we're going to wrap it up. Today's going to be kind of a short one. Here's what I'd like you to do for your homework. Sit down tonight, identify your time wasters, and make those time wasters known. Maybe it's checking your email every 5 minutes. Good God. Time waster. I check my email once a day. Literally once a day. Most of it's garbage anyhow. And if it is important, if I get back to it the next day, hey, it's just business. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. So maybe that's a time waster. Quit refreshing your email every 15 minutes. Identify your time wasters. Journal and schedule out what works for you, your day. And keep up with day one. So that's waking up the hour earlier. So that gives you time to chug 20 ounces of water, get a workout in, gives you 10 to 15 minutes worth of self-development, whether that be however you do it. Maybe it's meditation, because you're priming yourself to take control of your day. And I want you to take action on it. Here, this is right off my cork board here. This is kind of cool. Think about this. Work takes away the worry. Action reduces anxiety. Production is way better than procrastination. So, work, take action, produce, and you put yourself in a better mental spot. That's going to wrap it up for today. if you want into the WhatsApp mastermind, get at me in the comments, send me a DM. Also, if you ever have any questions or comments on what we just went through today, send me, of course, the questions, the comments, get at me, and I will do my best. And I promise, I always check it, and I will be back to you with an answer or help, hints, and suggestions on how to help you out. Till tomorrow, last day, where that's the meat and potatoes of the whole deal. Yeah, gonna wrap it up. All right. Epic day to y'all. Bye.